Remember, never, never to lose sight of who's been good to you. You know, every now and then, we have to be reminded. And I hope that this morning's broadcast help you to remember. Help you to remember. You know, it's so easy to just get on our day and get busy doing stuff. You know, we're human. You know, we're human. This is not to beat you down or to, you know, to be harsh in any way. But as human beings, oftentimes we take things for granted, especially things that are there with us for long periods of time. You know, the car you drive. You remember how excited you were when you just got your car. You were so excited. You know, now you treat it like it's dirt. I mean, you won't even give it a wash. You know, the excitement you had when you bought your new house. You know, taking these things for granted.
The things that I love and holding to my heart are just borrowed. They're not mine at all. Jesus only let me use them to brighten my life. So remind me, dear Lord. Roll back the curtain of memories now and then. Show me where you brought me from and where I could have been. Just remember, I'm a human, and human forget. So remind me, dear Lord. Nothing good have I done to deserve God's own Son. I'm not worthy of the scars in His hands. Yeah, He chose the road to Calvary to die my stead. Why He loved me, I cannot understand. Yeah, roll back the curtain of memories now and then. Show me where you brought me from
Nothing good have I done to deserve God's own son. Roll back the curtain of memory. Show me where you brought me from and where I could have been. You know, brothers and sisters, listen, family and friends. If most of us, maybe not all of us, maybe we have some privileged people, privileged children listening on. Maybe you were born wealthy, you were born into privileged families. But a lot of us who are listening today, it was not so for us. A lot of us who are listening today came from the Afro diaspora and from the Caribbean. And we came here to America to seek a better life for our family, for the generation that will follow after us. And many of us came here without anything. But we look at our lives now, and people who never had an education, didn't have a chance to go to college, went to school, have a college degree, some have doctorates. You have more clothes and more food than you can eat. You have a home. You're fighting for parking space in the parking lot because you have a car, your children have a car, your husband have a car. More cars than you have parking. I mean, you know, some people coming from that walk foot, man. All you had was 2 legs of yours, and you might have stepped it up to a donkey or maybe even a bicycle. But God has been good to you. God has been faithful to you. Some of you came here for periods of time you had no documents, and God took care of you. You still find a way until he got you straight. Some of you are here maybe listening to me, you don't have documents. But God has still been taking care of you. He still found ways to take care of you, still opened doors for you. My God. So we're grateful today. We are grateful today. Because if we stop and begin to think about it, we cannot deny the fact that our God has been good to us. You understand what I'm saying to you? Say, Pastor, I don't have no papers. I've heard of people who've lived here for 20 plus years without documents. And God provided for them. They still found a way to work and to make a living, send their children to school, had a good place to live, a car to drive, and didn't go to jail. No accidents. No accidents. They're able to drive. They have no papers. 20 years. Send their children to school. And you talk about God. That's a God. That's a God who does great and marvelous things. Yes. Yes. Yes, honey. Remember, y'all got about 10 of you used to sleep on the same bed. Yes. Yes. No running water. You have to carry it on your head. Yes. Run, catch a water truck. What is that? I go to the well. Catch rain water off the roof. You understand? Talk to me. God has been good, man. God has been good. There's still people who are doing exactly what you used to do then. You know? Now we waste the water. We run it and run it and run it. Instead, we're waiting for it to get hot. I'm waiting for the water to heat up. Just run the water. You know? When I was in Africa, in what was supposed to be one of the better hotels, I had to pay the bellman to bring me some good water. because the one that was coming out of the pipe was brown. I said, man, listen, I pay him to bring me some clean water. Yes, God is a good God. And so we have to thank him. You understand? We have to thank him. Good morning, Carla. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Blessed good morning. Good morning, man of God. How are you?
Man, I'm giving thanks. It's Thanksgiving week in America, and we're thanking God.
Wow. Bless God. You know, I just called to say, in all things, give thanks.
Amen.
Just want to share a little word with the listeners this morning. Just want to tell you who are listening on the radio and on Facebook, to tell you this morning that in spite of all that we are going through, don't give up hope. Don't let go. Trust God.
That's right.
It might seem hard and difficult, but trust God. There is nothing too hard for him to do.
That's right.
He do the impossible. Even when you think that it cannot happen, he prove himself over and over and do the impossible.
Amen.
You know, we serve an impossible God.
Yes. God,
We serve an impossible God. You know, and I just want to say to you all this morning, in your Thanksgiving, you know, just open your heart. If you don't accept Christ yet, open your heart and accept him.
Yes.
Just ask God to renew your mind. Just ask God to renew your spirit. Just ask God to enter into your heart. Because without him, we cannot move. We cannot do nothing at all.
That's right.
You know, so that's my words. That's my words to the listeners this morning. Just to be encouraged, be steadfast, and give God a chance.
Immovable. Thank God. Thank you.
Amen.
God
Amen.
bless you, man of God. Thank you for calling in.
God bless you, sir.
Take care.
The road to Calvary, to dying, must take. Why he loved me, I cannot understand. Yeah, roll back the curtain of memories now and then. Show me where you brought
Every now and then, God's got to show us where he brought us from. Get our gratitude needle up, huh?
I'm a human, and human forget. So remind me, dear Lord, roll back the curtain of memories now and then. Oh, show me where you brought me from and where I could have been. Just remember, I'm a human, and human forget. So remind me, dear Lord. So remind me, dear Lord.
My God. Remind us, people. I want to remind you. Listen, I want to remind you. God has been so good, man. God has been so good. You know, my mother always says, you know, she came here by herself, work hard, you know, clean old people poop, you know, and brought her entire family to this country with wives and babies and grandkids, and you know, and gave us an opportunity, you know, because of that, I'm here with you today because of her sacrifice, you know, and all the bus she had to take, and you know, staying on the cover for how many years, and putting up with all of that, and you know, hustling, getting underpaid, and all kind of stuff, all kind of mistreat and ill treat, because she had a plan and she was going to change things for the generations of her womb. Huh? And so, you know, you got the kids and the grandkids, they come up now, they're graduating college, and, you know, they're all this stuff. And it's like, you know, they don't even understand how it came about. They have no gratitude. I guarantee you that most of them will not even call and say, thank you, Grandma, for the sacrifice you made this Thanksgiving. And I'm talking about, you know, what is common for us is common for families all around. You know, people who paved the way and sacrificed themselves to bring us into a better place and give us a better life. Now we have it, but we forgot how we got it. Amen. Don't forget. Be reminded today from whence you come. Amen. When you didn't have anything. When you didn't have a thing. When you were hungry. When you eat sugar with rice and tonkan meal. You know, some people listening don't have any idea what I'm talking about. I get it. Because, you know, it wasn't prime food. So tonkan meal and rice and sugar, and, you know, bread and banana, and, you know, whatever you could give. Find something to eat. Whatever. I remember. You know, I remember this. I gotta say, I never forget this. During the hardship of 1979, leading up to the 1980 election, during the very difficult time when the government was being sabotaged, and they were overturning the PNP government, you know, and that's a whole nother story. I don't want to be political, but everybody knows it's true at this point. There was no food in the shelf. If you have to buy something, if you do get something, you have to buy something else to get it. They call it, they marry it. They marry something you don't want. You want some flour, they marry it with carrot juice. You want some oil, they marry it with something, you know. You got to buy two if you're going to get none. What a wickedness. Anybody remember that? Anybody out there remember in 1979, in our country, Jamaica, where I'm from, you couldn't go to the store and just buy what you want. The only way you could buy in the store is that you had to buy something else with what you want in order to get it. Yes, that was the state of the nation. But I remember, here's what I remember, and this is the point I want to make. I remember my mother going out to sit in the reef. My mother don't swim, so she don't swim. She's crazy. She goes in the water all the time, don't swim. But sit on the reefs and throw lines over the reef to catch fish so she could go home and make her something to eat. Feed her children. She sit there with a line trying to get a fish, even one fish, to put in some boiling water and feed us. I'm telling you, I'm grateful. Now we eating too fat, too much food. But we thank God. And every now and then God has got to remind us of the journey, where he brought us from and where we could have been. To God be the glory. Great things he has done. For all that he's done in our lives, I am grateful. So, it's time for me to take leave of you. It's time for me to take leave of you. Tomorrow, tomorrow we have a special greeting day. I want you to call in, get your family tuned in. You want to do greetings, you want to send greetings tomorrow for your family. So tomorrow we're going to get your family on wherever they are in the United States. Get them on. They can log into newseasonfm.com. You're going to send greetings for your family across the radio. We can't be with families like we normally are able to do it. So in our own small way, we want to help you to celebrate and have a special moment. All right? So you call your family, wherever they are, they log in, even just for your greeting. We don't care. And be nice if they stay tuned and listen to all the other greetings, but have them tune in, and I want you to send them greeting over the airwave. So that's what we plan to do tomorrow. Will you be a part of it? Okay. I hope you will. Want to leave you this way. Until next time, family, take care of yourself and those around you. See you in the morning for the Happy Thanksgiving morning show.
I love you, Lord. All your mercy never failed me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful to me. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire, the darkest night. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend. I have lived in the goodness of God. Hey, yeah. All my life you have been faithful to me. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Hey, yeah. Your goodness is running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. All my life you have been faithful to me. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love you, Lord. For your mercy never failed me. All my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. Hey, yeah.
The hits just keep on coming.